Mustangs, and thank you for tuning in to the Mustang News in the Morning. I'm Carson Oakes.
And I'm Amber Lewis. Now let's go check out lunches with Carson.
Good morning, Mustangs. Today for lunch you may enjoy PB&J Uncrustables, a mashed potato bowl, cheese and pepperoni pizza, and salad. That's all for lunches. Let's see what's happening around our area with Amber.
Oh, wow, we have transitions. Today in local news, a new Boys and Girls Club has opened up over at Stanley Park, right across the street from an elementary school. Excitement has been building up in all the local children and adults since the ribbon cutting ceremony in January. But the wait was definitely worth it, considering workers spent these months building an office, library, game room, a kitchen and dining hall, and soon to be added, a basketball court, volleyball court, gym, and stage. In all, the community is happy that children now have a place to play and learn safely. So Ryan, how did the Bucks do this weekend?
What's up, Mustangs? Ryan Garcia here in the Sports Cage. This weekend, our Tampa Bay Bucks traveled to Buffalo taking on the Bills. The Bucks dominated the first half with a score of 24-0. The Bills made a slight comeback in the third quarter, but the Bucks put a stop to that in the fourth, coming away with their first preseason win. Our Bucks will play RG3 in the Washington Redskins this Thursday night, concluding their preseason. In NBA news, the men's national team announced their roster. The players are Thompson, D. Rose, Mason Plumlee, Irving, James Harden, Rudy Gay, Fareed, Drummond, DeRozan, Davis, Cousins, and Steph Curry. Seems to be a great roster, but they're missing superstars LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and unfortunately Paul George. It'll be interesting to see how this national team does without these key players. In MLB news, our Tampa Bay Rays play 2 games this weekend, coming in with 1 win and 1 loss, both decided in the 10th inning and both decided by 1 run. These close games ended the series with the Blue Jays, and tonight the Rays will take on the Orioles at 7:05 starting this 4-game series. With a record of 64-66, the Rays look to make a push towards the end of the season. In Mitchell sports, our football season will start this Friday with our Mustangs taking on the Anclote Sharks at 7:30. This game will be played here at Mitchell, and we all expect our Mustangs to come out and dominate the Sharks. That's it for me in the Sports Cage. Let's see what Carson has to say in campus news.
Today in campus news, Interact applications are due Wednesday, August 27th, and there will be an Ecology Club meeting Wednesday, 8 a.m., August 27th. Tomorrow after school, Corporal will be having one of his annual safe driving classes, which is mandatory for anybody who wants to start parking in the school lots. Also, I hope you were looking forward to our first pep rally on Friday, August 29th, where we will celebrate our fall sports teams. All 10th graders will be taking the PSATs instead of the plan test on October 15th. 9th and 11th graders are eligible to take the test with a $15 fee. Tickets will go on sale in the CRC at open house and during lunches starting Thursday. This test is a great way to prepare for college, Mustangs, so go out and buy your tickets. That's all on campus news. Amber, what's the news around the nation?
Today in national news, over in a small Texas town called Alvin, it seems that a deathly revenge story may be unfolding. A man by the name David Barajas is currently facing murder charges for fatally shooting 20-year-old Jose Banda. It seems that while David Barajas and his 2 sons were pushing their tow truck after it ran out of gas, Jose Banda, driving drunk, crashed into David's 2 sons, causing their death. Prosecutors believe that is when Barajas took the situation into his own hands and shot Banda. Barajas is currently pleading not guilty as the trial continues. In other news, San Francisco endures the strongest earthquake they have ever had in the last 25 years. The 6-point magnitude earthquake was centered in Napa and lasted for only 10 to 20 seconds, which was long enough for it to buckle roads, knock out power, and even ignite a few fires. In all, about 120 people were treated for injuries, which were all minor except for another 3 people who required immediate medical attention. As crews work to restore power and clean up the remaining rubble, residents and tourists are happy that the quake didn't take place when they are at a festival happening during the day, right at the center of it all. Now, let's take it over to Garrett to see what news he will share with us from his political corner.
The Government Accountability Office, otherwise known as the GAO, stated on Thursday that President Barack Obama violated a clear and unambiguous law when he released 5 Guantanamo Bay detainees in exchange for Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. In their official statement, the GAO reported the exchange that Barack Obama signed and approved for violated Section 8111 of the United States Code as well as the Anti-Deficiency Act. This isn't the first time that Barack Obama has come under fire for breaking a law. In fact, CommitteeForJustice.org claims the Obama administration has violated over 25 laws over the course of his presidency. Americans, however, should no longer be surprised to hear that presidents and their administrations can break laws and get away with it easily, as there is a list just as long, if not longer, filled with impeachable offenses that President Bush and his past administration committed while in power from 2001 to 2009. It seems that Americans either enjoy remaining ignorant to the crimes committed by those for whom they vote for, or they simply do not care. The world can quickly start to resemble a dystopian future envisioned by the likes of George Orwell when the people stop caring about whether or not their government's actions could be considered tyrannical or oppressive. All of the information from my segment today does not necessarily reflect the views of the Mustang News in the Morning. And anything that I say can be found on judgereport.com, reason.com, or committeeforjustice.org. So, Michael, how's the weather looking for us today?
Good morning, Mustangs, and happy Monday. Michael Shore reporting the weather. It is currently 80 degrees outside with an 81% humidity and winds out of the northeast at 14 miles per hour. Today it will be partly cloudy in the morning with winds out of the northeast with 10 to 20 miles per hour and a high of 93 degrees and a 40% chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. As far as tonight goes, it'll drop down to 73 degrees with mostly clear skies. For the rest of the week, it looks to be very nice with relatively low rain chances and hot temperatures. Today in weather history, Hurricane Katrina became a hurricane just before landfall in South Florida in 2005. As for more current weather news, a very strong earthquake struck Napa Valley this weekend. Officials report that all but 4 buildings have structural damage and many gas pipes have ruptured, causing a high risk of fires. They also say that there are many people that have sustained injuries, but luckily no one was killed. Brady, what's going on in this news about the soda machines?
Thanks, Mike. I'm here. And as you can see, we got some new vending machines. In these new vending machines, we have Dasani Waters, Diet Mountain Dew, Diet Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola Zero. We got Coca-Cola Cherry Zero and Diet Coke. So maybe I just want to get something here real quick. Wow, look at that. So fast. So refreshing. You can find these all around campus and any commons area. Just make sure you come and pick up your new sodas and water. Thanks, Mike. Back to you in the studio.
Amber Lewis submitted the weather photo of the day. She took this photo while she was at Sunset Beach over the summer. Thanks, Amber. Now let's send it over to Carson, who will finish up with crazy current events.
Today in Crazy Current Events, a group of Kentucky firefighters had a very shocking ice bucket challenge. The firefighters ascended using their truck's ladder in order to drop the frigid water on a group of participating college students in the ice bucket challenge. Unfortunately, they were too close to the power lines, and all firefighters received a slight amount of electricity when their ladders struck the running wires. Power was knocked out for around 5,000 customers in the Kentucky area, but thankfully, no one was injured. In other news, in 1997 in Cornwall, United Kingdom, a ship crashed carrying 4.8 million Lego pieces, and they were still washing up today. Marine biologists stated that over the past 17 years, the Lego pieces can now be found on any beach in the world.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mustang News in the Morning. I'm Amber Lewis.
And I'm Carson Oakes. Have a great Monday.